Cuphead is a game that feels both timeless and a product of its time. Its stunning 1930s cartoon-inspired art style, painstakingly hand-drawn animation, and jazzy soundtrack could easily pass as something straight out of the golden age of animation. In replicating aged cartoons, it ironically became ageless, a game people will enjoy for years to come. Released over 7 years ago, Cuphead still holds a reputation for its hard difficulty. With the addition of the Delicious Last Course DLC, I finally decided to revisit this game for this channel. And right away, I was reminded just how tough this game can be. Well, most of the time. Some bosses were a nightmare, testing my reflexes and patience to their absolute limits. Others I beat my first attempt, but through it all, Cuphead delivered a tough and welcome challenge. So today, let's take a look at what made me struggle the most by ranking the top 10 hardest bosses in Cuphead. Let's start with number 10, Grim Matchstick. This fiery dragon might look goofy, but his fight is anything but. From start to finish, you're constantly jumping between randomly placed clouds, meaning one misstep can spell disaster. The first phase will keep you on your toes with a barrage of fireballs, flame rings, and tail swings, requiring quick reactions and precise movement. The second phase ramps up the difficulty by introducing mini fire enemies that jump towards you, limiting your space. But the real challenge comes in the final phase. Grim shoots at a fire projectile that, when shot, splits into 4 smaller projectiles, meaning each shot must be precise. Combine this with his flame attack, this phase becomes a tricky balance of avoiding attacks and precise shots. Overall, this fight is about challenging platforming as much as it is about boss battling. Oh my god. Come on. Well, that makes for 3 deaths. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta use something. I gotta use a different projectile than what I'm using. Because that it hits the projectiles and splits them. This last phase I'm having a lot of trouble with. Okay, I'm gonna try a different shot here. Let's try precision. Here we go. All I do is change my type of shot I had. Number 9, Werner Warman. This feisty rat in a tin can puts up a surprisingly tough fight. From start to finish, you're battling Werner inside a cramped arena, leaving little room to dodge his attacks. In the first phase, you have to use bounce pads to leap over him, avoid bombs that split into fire projectiles, and dodge debris. Things heat up in phase 2 when he pulls out a flamethrower and bottle cap buzzsaws, which can cover half the arena, cutting down your already limited space. Then, in the final phase, the fight takes a wild turn. Quite literally. A giant mechanical cat takes over, swiping at you with his massive paws, summoning ghostly mice and causing pieces of the ceiling to fall. Overall, this Tom and Jerry style showdown makes for a tricky battle. Okay, it's 1 death. 2 deaths. I'm not doing that good this fight. 3 deaths. Alright, I'm having a lot of tough challenge with this boss. 5 deaths. Oh, no, I thought he was, oh, that makes for 6 deaths. I was really doing good that fight, too. This boss. Okay, here we go. Got him that time. Okay, not too hard of a boss. Number 8, the King's Gauntlet. Instead of picking just one of the King's champions, I decided to pick them all with the King's Gauntlet. Unlocked after defeating each champion, this gauntlet is a true test of your parrying skills, as each boss must be defeated with well-timed parries. Out of all the champions, the Knight is easily the toughest. He has the most health, his weak point is the hardest to hit, and his sweeping sword attack is especially difficult to avoid. The Knight gave me the most trouble, but the challenge doesn't end there. You must defeat all the champions in a single run, as dying will bring you back to the start. This gauntlet is a test of endurance and will force you to master Cuphead's trickiest mechanic to become the ultimate champion yourself. He always gets me with that sword swipe. Damn it. Oh my god. He hits me every time. I'm getting a bad read on him. Don't know why I go for it every time. Every time I go for it, he how close was I? He was one hit away. Okay, we got him that time. Oh god, I thought I got hit there. That was close. Okay, easy, last fight. Here we go, we completed the gauntlet. Number 7, Rumor Honeybottoms. This queen bee has a nasty sting. Like Grim Matchstick, in this fight you're constantly jumping from platform to platform, making for tricky vertical movement while dodging attacks. In the first phase, you'll deal with worker bees and a police officer who throws bombs that explode into projectiles, which is hard to avoid when you're always on the move. But things get even sweeter when the queen herself joins the fight in phase 2. She fires bee-shaped bullets and uses her wand to summon spells that tracks you and sends out projectiles, making dodging even more difficult. In the final phase, she transforms into a giant plane, attacking with flying fists and a buzzsaw that can quickly cut your run short. This queen will make you work for your victory, or she'll leave you with a painful sting. Ugh. I think spread shot for this is a lot better. Makes for 2 deaths. 3 deaths. Oh my god, no, I'm doing the good. It's a good start. I got me with a buzzsaw. I was close, it was very close there. I'm always failing at this this last phase. Oh my god, I forget with the buzzsaw. Every time with the buzzsaw. I always die to this phase. I died before I even got to the last phase. Here we go, finally. Quite the tough boss. Number 6, Hildeberg, an earlier aerial boss that proves way harder than expected. Hilda morphs into different zodiac forms, each with a unique attack patterns that keeps this fight unpredictable. She'll also zip across the screen, leaving a constellation of stars behind. This attack takes up a lot of space, so be sure to stay out of the way. But the toughest part is the final phase. Stars fly across the screen while UFOs hover above, waiting to catch you in their tractor beams. These UFOs are what I had trouble with the most. They have 2 attack patterns. Red ones fire when you're underneath them, while yellow ones attack at set intervals. With limited movement in the airplane, dodging these attacks became a serious struggle. Despite being an early game boss, Hilda will have you seeing stars. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, nothing in the middle. That was close. 4 deaths on this boss. Look how close I was that time. Oh, the UFOs. She didn't have this phase before, did she? No? She never had that phase before. Oh my god, every time the UFO gets me right at the end there. Oh my god, every time. The last that UFO always hits me. I don't know why I'm in so much trouble with this. This is only the second boss I've fought so far. I remember I got to a boss that was like a 3-headed dragon. Am I just bad at this game or what? I know it's hard, but I don't know. I don't think I had this much trouble playing the game before. Oh, am I bad? Am I bad at video games? Oh my god, I was really close that time too. I keep dying right at the end there. I didn't see that projectile. Got her. Number 5. King Dice. This fight can be easy or hard depending on the die roll. Before facing King Dice himself, you have to fight a gauntlet of mini bosses, each with different attack patterns. Some are harder than others, so if your rolls are bad, you might face a tougher lineup. Since your HP carries over between fights, managing damage is important. Though, some spaces will grant you 1 HP to help you out in these fights. When you finally reach King Dice, you'll need to carefully time your parries to avoid his playing card's attack. It can be tricky to get the rhythm down, but once you do, this phase becomes manageable. King Dice demands endurance and skill with the gauntlet of mini bosses in tough final phase, and each run varies in difficulty because of the die rolls, making this boss a mixed bag of skill, endurance, and luck. I didn't want to won. I don't like fighting the drinks. Not a 1. Hey guys, quick interjection here. If you liked the video so far, leave a like and subscribe down below, and let me know in the comments what other games you would like for me to play. Anyway, back to the video. Number 4, Dr. Kahl's robot. This robot is often considered one of the hardest bosses in the game, and for good reason. The first phase is overwhelming with satellite beams, homing missiles, giant magnets, metal projectiles, and more coming at you. The chaos only escalates in the second phase. Now a flying head, this robot sweeps across the screen while even more missiles chase you. Avoiding one missile is manageable, but multiple missiles and a flying head makes this phase become a struggle to stay alive. But the final phase is where things get truly overwhelming. Electric barriers limit movement while the Doctor unleashes energy projectiles that fill the screen. It's a tough test of timing and precision. From start to finish, Dr. Kahl's robot and his overwhelming attacks makes him one of the most punishing bosses in Cuphead. Oh, I did not expect that. I really got to get used to shrinking myself. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, how close was I? Like, this is hard. Okay, we got him that time. Okay, quite the hard fight. Number 3, Chef Saltbaker. As the final boss of the Delicious Last Course DLC, this chef serves up one of the toughest fights in Cuphead. The fight starts strong with a barrage of kitchen ingredients, forcing constant movement to avoid damage. The next phase cranks up the challenge, requiring you to attack pepper shakers while dodging a fire enemy and projectiles. Things only get saltier in the next phase with dancing figurines. These dancers along with the saw limit your space, making for a difficult phase. But the final phase is the hardest, jumping between randomly placed platforms while trying to hit the chef's bouncing heart. This phase is a true test of precision platforming and shots. With a massive amount of health and relentless attacks, this fight is lengthy and demands patience and skill. By the end, you might be feeling just as salty as the chef himself. Look how close I was. That was so close. He had like 2 hits left probably. Right as soon as he gets down, he hits me. $15 deaths already. This one boss. Finally, a quite a hard boss actually. Number 2, Moonshine Mob. This fight might seem manageable at first, but don't be fooled, it's relentless. At first, you'll be dodging the spider while avoiding bombs that explode on contact, making for a challenging first phase. In phase 2, a gramophone sends out sound waves that become distorted and damages you, forcing precise movement across each floor while enemies and the boss dances around the arena. But phase 3 is the real challenge and why this boss is ranked so high. This anteater strikes fast, covering huge areas with its snout and tongue while also sneaking in quick tongue attacks. His quick attacks also leave small windows to damage him. And just when you think it's over, a fake knockout screen sets you up for one last surprise. These mobsters don't play fair, and this fight proves it. This boss is quite hard. I think the DLC fights are quite hard. It's this boss. There we go. Or no, it's a fake knockout. Fake out knockout got me. My God, I was so close there. Just want to beat this one boss. Oh my God. This anteater. I cannot get past him. Oh my God, man. This boss. 18 deaths on this guy already. Okay, got him that time. Holy crap, that's some hard. And finally, number 1, Angel and Devil. A hidden secret boss that is by far the most mentally demanding fight in Cuphead. The gimmick here is that the Angel side is safe, while the Devil side is deadly. But the sides keep switching depending on which way you're facing. This forces constant attention and lightning fast reactions as you're in control of the boss's attacks. Dodging while controlling these attacks makes this boss much more difficult than all other bosses. And adding to this chaos, there's also a constantly moving thundercloud demanding your attention, making dodging even harder. Overall, balancing movement, attacks, and which way you're facing makes this the most brutal fight in all of Cuphead, deservingly taking the top spot at number 1. Okay, I got far that time. Oh my God, dude, this is so hard. That time I made it pretty far. Oh my God, this boss is quite hard. Okay, we got it that time. Oh, quite the hard fight. And that was my top 10 list of hardest bosses in Cuphead. Did you agree with my list, or is my mug filled with crap? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.